Okay, we are recording. First off, we have a special guest, Mike Fitzpatrick, on our call tonight. I'm actually really excited about this because Mike is someone that I've kind of looked up to ever since we kind of got into this business. He is someone just like us who works full-time jobs and still finds time to crush this business. And Mike, I just wanted to thank you for hopping on our team call and sharing some wisdom about some volume with us, because I know how important that is to the team, as well as income for some of these coaches who are a little bit newer. But thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you taking your time, and I'll just hand it over to you right away.
Cool, thanks. I'm the lesser known Fitzpatrick, as I like to say. Just kidding. And this isn't the sexy stuff, but it's the important stuff to me. Mainly because when I went into this, I'll be honest, I didn't go into this to help people. I originally I went in to help myself because I was a mess physically, but I went into this as a business. Like step one to me, this was like, oh shit, this is cool compared to what I've done before. Old job, I had to borrow like $400,000 from my parents to start it. Like that's stress, right? To me, that was stress. So when I saw this, I was like, what? Like I don't have to inventory anything. I don't have to ship anything. I don't have to do the back. Anyway, so for me, I went into this purely as a business. So I like the numbers. And if you're brand new, some of this is going to be a little confusing. I'm going to try and go step by step, but some of it are terms that you don't need to know. And if you don't know it yet, don't worry. Some of the stuff I'm about to talk to you about, I'll be dead honest, I had to go look up right before this call. So you're never going to know, you're never going to know. I've been doing this for 5 years. You're never going to know everything about this business. When we started, we were given 3 videos emailed to us and said, go, that's all you're getting. Good luck. That was it. And one of them was how to start a Facebook page. The second one was how to start a business Facebook page. And the third video was how to get that business page up to 1,000 likes. That was it. Nothing, no training. So again, if some of this is over your head, don't worry about it. I'll try and go sequentially so it kind of makes sense. And what I'm going to talk about is how to make money. And how to make the most amount of money out of what you've got. So for me, the toughest part, I think it took me 2 years to understand what a strong leg and what a weak leg was. I really didn't know what that meant. So I'm going to start really quickly and explain to you your first step, which I'm pretty sure they've talked about already, and that's how to get to Emerald. And I always think it purely as a genealogy tree. To get to an Emerald coach, which is your first rank, you have like a leg going down your right, a leg going down your left, and you're at the top. You're the grand poobah, right? So you're going to have one of those legs is your strong leg, and one of those is called your weak leg, okay? Odds are you don't know, and that's totally fine. The easiest way to determine your strong leg and your weak leg, because at first it doesn't matter. Let's see, Andrea's going to go, you know what? I'm going to put my BFF on my left and somebody on my right? Before you do that, talk to your upline and ask them maybe where they should go. Sometimes you're gung-ho, you just drop them and then it's like, I did it. And then you call Jerry and he's like, I did it. And he looks and he goes, yeah, no, you didn't. And then you're like, no. So when you're starting, make sure you ask. Jer's going to give you some wrong advice. Jamie will give you some wrong advice. Kim, myself. You never know what's going to happen. It might seem like the right thing. Andrea might go, you know what? I'm going to put my BFF here. And I've got this lady who is going to crush this business. And I'm going to put her on my right-hand side. And it ends up flopping. Your friend who didn't really want to do the business and thinks it's silly, she's the one who ends up doing very well. And this other coach quits. So there's never a crystal ball as to who's going to do well, but your uplines will give you the best possible strategic advice. So Emerald, you got a coach on your left, you got a coach on your right. That's it. You become Emerald. The reason that's important is because that's when you get to make the second type of income. The first type of income is just purely commission. I'm selling Andrea a challenge pack. I make 25% of what I sell her. That's it. Super easy, approximately. I sell Kaylee some Energize. Cool. I make 25% of that. Yay. Okay. That's great. Some people like Kim crush commission. She can sell ice to Eskimos, no problem. That's step number one. But what happens is when you become an emerald, you have the chance to make the second type of income, and that's called a cycle bonus. Cycle bonuses are pretty simple to understand. Easiest way, and I'm gonna give you like the simple version. That's not the exact math, but if Chantel has sells 2 challenge packs on her left, and there's 1 on her right, and she's just a emerald coach, she makes $14 on top of all the commissions. Okay. If she has coaches on her left selling challenge packs and coaches on her right selling challenge packs, for every 2 that are sold on one side to every 1 that are sold on the other side, she makes $14, whether she sold that challenge pack or not. Okay. Does that kind of make sense? Sort of. So that's basically cycle bonuses. Okay. That's the most simplified way to explain it, but that's where the big money is made. Okay. So for example, myself, when I first started, all of you will start off as the cashier behind Tim Hortons, just making that commission. You sell it, you make a little bit. You sell it, you make a little bit. But what happens is after you've been in this for a while and you start to get a couple coaches, your income actually starts to skew the other way. So for me now, after 5 years, my commissions are down here. I make most of my money off cycle bonuses because I'm no longer a cashier. I own multiple franchises. And that's your goal, right? You don't want to just sell coffee behind the cash. Although it's pretty awesome to help people that way. I think that's what keeps me in this and from the heart perspective. But what you want is to own all those Tim Hortons who are now selling coffees to everybody else, right? And those Tim Hortons are your coaches, okay? So that's step number 1. You want to become a cashier first, and then you want to become a franchisee, okay? Or eventually a franchisor, depending on what you want to do. And that balance, you'll start to see it switch. And I know probably Jared and Shalene, they've started to see it when you start to look in. And it's a cool thing to happen because you're helping people, but you're also running this other side of the business, which starts to become addictive, okay, for me. And then that $14 changes. When you become a Ruby coach, which we won't get into because nobody gets to be a Ruby, you make $16 for every one of those 2-to-1s. And then when you become a Diamond, someone here, Chantel, are you a Ruby right now? That it's rare. You have been. Yeah.
I'm not Ruby, but myself, I'm Diamond, but myself and Kaylee have both been Ruby, which is a really important thing. So we think it's hilarious.
It's cool if you did. Sometimes it happens by accident. And then the next step is Diamond, where you make $18, right? So the cool part about it is when you have coaches selling the challenge packs as well as yourself, you'll start to see that multiply. So it's not just for every 2 I sell on my left and, well, I can't technically, and 1 on my right, it's all those coaches below you that are doing it, right? So when you have a big tree, and I'm not going to show you mine, but when you have, I think in my downline, well, I'm on Jamie's side. So I think in my downline, there's 1,000 coaches, right? Between my left and my right, it's somewhere around there. I don't even know. All of those coaches that are selling challenge packs, I'm benefiting from. Okay. The volume all flows up. But here's the kicker. Okay. Remember I said you had a weak leg and a right leg? A weak leg and a strong leg. Your strong leg is like a gift from above. Okay. And I'm just going to use myself. I'm on Jamie's right-hand side. Kim is on his left. Jamie puts people down on his right-hand side. They go at the bottom. I put somebody, they go at the bottom. He puts somebody, they go at the bottom. So and I'm going to draw this out for you in a second. All of Jamie's coaches who are on his right-hand side are selling challenge packs. For every 2 they sell, and for every 1 on my side, I make that $18. So you can see how it starts to add up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you really quickly what that looks like. Because I know some of you are already lost and you're like, what is he talking about? So I'll give you an example. This is Jamie. And he put me over here. And he put Kim over here. Okay. So the easiest way to determine which is your strong and which is your left is to ask your upline coach that you signed up with. So for example, I would say, hey, Jamie, what side did you put me on? And he would say, I put you on my right-hand side. Therefore, my right-hand side is my strong leg. The opposite one is my weak leg. And the reason we call this my strong leg is because when Jamie puts a coach on this side, it comes down here. When I put a coach on that side, it goes at the bottom there. Then Jamie signs up a new coach, puts it on his right side, it goes down here. So this side is being built by myself. Let's say this coach Jamie put, and I actually know, I don't know if you guys know Jacqueline. Jacqueline's right here. When Jacqueline signs up a coach and puts it on her right side, it goes down there too. So this side, as you can see, starts to get a lot of volume when all these people start selling things. Okay, that is my strong side. This side is called my weak side because the only one who builds that is me. And that's the kicker. You could have a massive strong side, but if you don't have at least one coach here selling something on that weak leg, you don't get to do that 2 challenge packs on your right, 1 on your left to make those cycle bonuses. You're still making commission, but that's where you need to build up your weak leg. Okay. Now, while we're doing this, I'm going to explain something really quickly. If you are new, a lot of the times you will hear coaches say, well, one of the first things you want to do for long-term income is probably sign up a spouse, a significant other, a family member whose account you can control, and because that gets you to Emerald quicker, and that's where you start to make those cycle bonuses. You can't make those until you're Emerald. And just to give you an idea, I thought of this business as long-term. I didn't jump into this going, ooh, I better be careful. I don't know, it might work. I don't know if it'll work, so I'm going to be cautious. For me, $180 as an investment was nothing. So I jumped in all the way and said, no, I'm going to be successful at this. Jamie, what do I need to do? He said, you need to go Emerald. In 5 minutes, I had my dad and my wife signed up. So I became Emerald in 5 minutes because he told me that's the first way to make money. I had no idea what he was talking about. I just did it. So I put my wife on my weak side. And that's the general rule of thumb. Luckily enough, I was blessed to be able to have my dad as well. Jamie said, I'll let you have dad. And I said, okay, thank you. And then, wow, and it was smart because he knew he needed me to get to Emerald, right? For him to get to Diamond. So anyway, it's a long story. So you want to put your wife generally, and I'm just going to use wife because it's my example. If you have a friend, somebody, if you really want to like go all in with this, you want to put them on your weak side. Because what's going to happen is this side is going to be built for you. You don't need, hopefully, not always. Jamie's actually in what's called a dead leg, but I won't go there. Sorry. I always want to expand, and I know I lose people. You want to put your spouse on your weak leg. Because what happens is that'll get you to Emerald quicker. This is where the income starts to happen, is when you start to get multiple paychecks. So first thing you do, signed up my wife, signed up my dad. Yay, I became Emerald. Then what happens is you can help build up your wife's account. And I'm going to show you what would happen here. So let's say my wife signed up a coach here, Coach X. and she's got Coach Y here. All of a sudden, we're getting volume on this side, volume on this side, and my wife has started to make, yay, I made $14. Not only is she making $14, but whatever X and Y do, they float up to me also, and I make $18 off that. Okay? So off that one cycle, I like to call it double dipping. Okay? So now all of a sudden, not only am I making the commissions from what I'm selling, I'm making a cycle bonus from this side and this side. Now my wife is also making a cycle bonus. So every time a cycle bonus happens, we're making an additional 20, 30, someone do the math, $32. Okay, that starts to add up really fast. I'm gonna stop for a second because I'm gonna guess there might be some questions if you're not asleep already. Sorry, I know, it gets confusing, especially if you're new. I'm gonna show you a couple things. If you wanna ask a question, go off mute. I'm gonna show you an account real quick, just to kind of walk through and explain that to you. Sorry, where are we here? This is my dad's account. And I'm gonna show you what a very unbalanced account looks like. Jeremy, you're gonna be in shock. So I also run my dad's account. Technically, I'm not supposed to say that. This is being recorded. I don't. I help him, let's say. So I help my father, who's 75, run a successful Beachbody company. Anyhow, he needs the Shakeology, trust me. So he is one of the first people I signed up 5 years ago. He's on Jamie's Strong Leg. In a perfect world, you would have what's called balanced legs, where there's no leftover volume. But my dad has never really built up his weak leg, so his strong leg has volume that banks. Your volume doesn't disappear. It sits there on one side and grows and grows and grows and grows until hopefully you can start building up that other side, the weak side, so you can go, aha, 2 challenge packs, 1 challenge pack, $18. 2 challenge packs, 1 challenge pack, $18. Oh shoot, I have 100 over here. Nobody's sold any more on my left. Those 100 challenge packs just sit there until you can build up that other side. $18, 2, 1, $18, 2, 1, until one of those sides is dead. It actually can go back and forth. It doesn't have to be one or the other, okay? So I'm gonna show you my dad's account. Jeremy, take a guess what his volume over there is sitting there.
5 years.
So for example, Shakeology is 90, right? Challenge Pack's 135.
I'm gonna say 500,000.
Let's just say monitor my business. So we're gonna go to monitor my business. We're gonna go to carryover volume. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, you can't see this, can you? I haven't shared the screen yet, have I? No, okay. Even more exciting. Check this out. This is insane. It's great and it's bad. 2.3 million. So let me calculate how that works, and I'm gonna use my calculator. So the amount, and you can see there's 61 on his left side, which is obviously his weak side. So Rachel is on this side, Jacqueline, Natasha, trying to think of who else is over there. Alethea and her team is all over there, but he's got nobody on his left. So if we take that math, and this is how it works. So for every 200 volume points on your one side and 100 on the other, you get your $18. So you go 2, 3, 3, 3, 9, 2, 2, divided by 200 equals that, times $18 per cycle. He has $210,000 potentially sitting there. So just as an example, if by chance there was a rock star went on that left side of his, then they could start cashing in on all that volume, okay? So one of the things that's beneficial is, let's say I had the ability to help, or he had the ability to build that left side. If he had waited until now to sign up as a coach, he would have zero volume there, and he would have nobody being put below him. The reason we try and sign up a spouse or significant other early is so this can happen, okay? Is so that, holy crap, if I had waited to put my dad somewhere, like now, let's say, okay, now I'm going to start building that side, there would be zero volume there, okay? He would be right at the very bottom. He would have missed Alethea. He would have missed Rachel. He would have missed Jacqueline. He would have missed all those rock stars above him building volume to go up. I'm just lucky enough that I have other business centers that I've been putting coaches under. So I've kind of left this side alone because Alethea and Rachel and everybody are kind of taking care of it for me. So that's how that works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each week how that happens. So here is, for example, my dad's each week on his left side and the volume on his right side, okay? So you can see this is each week, all the volume that keeps being added there. For example, this one, I can almost guarantee you 90 is going to be somebody's Shakeology. You can actually click on it and see where it comes from. And if I go here, let's see what she ordered. You can go into orders, and I'm going to guess it's Shakeology. Yep, there it is, 127.90 PV. Okay, so that's how we calculate income. As far as how you build, it's going to be a little different for everybody. When you're brand new, what you're going to want to do is probably for every person, talk to your upline and kind of figure out where they're going to go. Okay, because if you're brand new, and let's say this was you again here, you're going to ask Jeremy, hey, Jeremy, where did you place me? He's going to say, I placed you on my right-hand side. So my right-hand side now is my strong leg. And then depending on who you sign up, if you have access to family that you can kind of control or spouses, cool. If you're a rock star and is just signing up business builders, awesome. He might have different advice for you. But that's kind of how this works. I hope I kind of explained how cycle bonuses work. Again, commission from what you sell. Cycle bonuses are, and I'm not going to get into TV and PV, but that's basically what the people below you sell. Okay, you can't make any cycle bonuses unless there's volume coming from below you, and that means you need, technically, just to show you how doable this business is, if all I had was my wife and I put her on my weak side, I could have probably done fairly well, made easily $1,000 a month if my wife was really good and I had one amazing coach. You can make $1,000 a month. And that's with you not even doing that well yourself. If you have two very good coaches, you can do very well in this. But the key behind it is, for someone like myself, is you have to hold your rank also. Because when you start to make cycle bonuses, for example, for me, if I'm making X amount of money each month through cycle bonuses, if I drop rank from below diamond, I'm losing $750 a week in each business center. So that's, what's that? $3,000 a month I lose. And I have more than one business center. You don't want me to get into that, do you, Jeremy? No, I don't know. He's always late. So that's why rank is so important. Once you start to have a bigger team as well, it compounds, because you can only make so much. As an Emerald coach, the most you can make is $250 a week. And some of you are like, oh, that'd be amazing. That's a goal. But as a Diamond coach, you can make, I think it's 1,000, maybe more. That's how much I know. But I know as an emerald, you can only make 250. So sorry if I put people to sleep. I know a lot of you probably have no idea what just was spoken about, but do you guys have?
Mike, it's so helpful, honestly. Thank you. Like,
It's very helpful.
the way you drew
Who are
it
you
because-
recruiting? How are you getting these people?
That's a whole nother call.
Like, okay.
How many power hours would you say you jump on in a week? Is it Kiara?
Yes.
How many power hours a week are you jumping on?
Mike, she just started. She's like,
I just started, so
Okay.
this is my first big call.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
she's a baby.
Totally like kaboom. So,
Yeah.
in all honesty, those power hours where you sit and watch veteran coaches go through how they find people, that's the best thing. This is the first year we've ever done this, and it's kind of spreading like wildfire across the company because they're so valuable. If you sit and watch and I would watch different people, and it's really cool because we have access to like 3 different people a week. I'm not saying you need to do 3 a week, but to find people, all you're really doing, and this is going to sound simple, is connecting with people that you enjoy connecting with. You want to know what I do? I go on Instagram. Even though I suck at Instagram, I'm still better at Facebook. I'm still far better. Okay, I'll tell you how on Facebook, I do recipes. I do live. I love to frickin' cook. I love to cook with the Instant Pot. Almost 99% of my recipes, I go live. I film myself cooking in the Instant Pot, and I will drop in. Oh, and for those of you who are in our private group, this is 2 reds and a green. Anyway, so what I was going to say about the onions is, and some people are like, oh, what's this private group you run? I am the worst salesperson in the world. But I also think it's incredibly icky trying to do a post saying, please buy from me, right? So then what I'll do is people will comment, oh, cool, great recipe. Guess who I'm writing down, and guess who I'm going to their page, liking 3 of their pictures, commenting on one, oh, cute kid, he looks about the same age as mine, right? It's literally, that's it, right? I would go into Kiara's page and I would go, okay, let's see. Oh, cool, she's from the West Coast. I used to live there. There's something I have in common with her. And I'll strike it up and but it's got to be something that I'm interested in, or a location. I'm trying to go to the Bahamas soon. I'll go to the hotel I'm at in Instagram, look up everybody who's tagged that, find somebody who this is silly, but who looks like I'd want to be friends with or go to dinner with and can hang out with for 2 hours. I'm not kidding. And I'll go check their page. Okay, they're not a coach. I go look at their stories. If they have fitness in there and I see them doing 80-day obsession, nope, next person. And I'll find somebody, okay, you know what? That's somebody I could hang out with. And I'll go and I'll look at their page and I'll make a little comment about something. I know that sounds simple, but that's what happens then is those people start looking at your stuff. And if you're subtly talking about, and it's funny because if you're doing the 4 vital behaviors, which are basically showing up, right? Being a product of the product, and without, I call it shaking your face, where people are like, drinking my Shakeology, that's going to make people vomit and run. If you're sitting there talking to them and you're stirring your Energize and drinking it or something like that, people will ask you what that is. Or if you're saying, oh my God, tough morning, whatever. There's a lot of people out there who do this horribly, and it really gives it a bad name for some people, and it makes people scared. If they see that, oh, no, she's going to try and sell me something, I can tell, right? So the easiest way for me is to just be me. I'm a bit of a goof. I've got a sarcastic sense of humor. I like talking in my stories about stuff that's not related to fitness whatsoever. at all. The biggest thing I've been talking about, getting the most traction, is the coronavirus. I love it. I love it. I'm an apocalyptic fan. I love Walking Dead. I love anything to do with the end of the world. So for me, I love I've been buying, check it out. Check out all that. I'm the hoarder. See all the toilet paper? That's stacks of toilet paper. But it's fun. I mean, it's on sale. You should see how my post from last night, I don't know, 80 some comments. It's talking about stuff that's fun, right? And then, but the trick that you have to do then is all those people who are commenting on it, the ones that I think could be a coach or a customer, now I've put them, and this is a whole story, and I know I'm going way off, but where's my collections? Yeah, see, I can't even find it. There's so much traction talking about freaking, where are they? Here, yeah, I'll just show you really quick so you can actually see. And this I've just gotten from listening to either Power Hours or National Wake Up Call, the one with Michael Folsom. I've got her whole guide that she uses now. So if you go into your Instagram and go to saved, I've got, I want you on my team and I want you in my group. You see those two? If I think they're good coach material, I'm going to go into, where's somebody? Oh, I think I added her already. You can see this lady, just found her today. Where is she? She cooks with the Instant Pot. I think I've put her in my collections already. Yes, I have. So I've already got her in my collections of, I want this lady to be a coach. She's a blogger. She's a cook. She uses the Instant Pot. She's like my person, right? So I am not going to mention fitness to her ever. I'm going to wait till she asks me. That's just the way I am. If I see her doing something, I might bring it up saying, oh, cool, we actually have a boxing program coming up. You'd probably love it. That's it. But the trick is every day going in, finding those people who liked my stuff, who looks like they could be, oh, I'm guessing she's a coach though. Yep. Okay. You can tell by the pictures, right? But I literally, these are the people who like that picture. I'm just going to find somebody who I might want to be friends with. I know it's creepy as a guy to hear that, but I have to say that. No, see, too many coaches follow me. But that's all you're going to do is find a location. I actually look up Instant Pot fails as a hashtag because it's fun. Because that's to me is you burn the crap out of something. Cool. I can also help that person with the Instant Pot. They're going to go check out my thing and go, oh, he does a lot of Instant Pot videos. And oh my God, this guy knows what he's doing. Start following me. Does that make sense? It's just make it fun. Like don't, and again, this is just me. If someone's teaching you something differently, don't do stuff that you're not comfortable with or feels icky or salesy, because it's just, it won't work. And then you're not going to last. Like you should, this is going to sound, how do I say this without sounding uninspiring? You should want to do this business, even if you don't sell anything, because it should be fun, right? It's just connecting with people. If that makes sense. Plus, sometimes it takes people a month to kick in, a week. Sometimes it takes a year. I've had people where they've stuck with it and then all of a sudden it's clicked. Or, this is where I can say it because you're not my team, it's clicked that they actually realize they have to do some work and not just post all day and assume that money's going to fall from the sky. This is still a job. I have a full-time job. Today, for example, I drove 4 hours, visited 8 accounts, rushed home, picked up my kids, took them to dance, came home, got on the call. Plus, I supply teach when I play hooky for my day job, and I don't tell them. And I do this full time. So I got 3 jobs. So I get it. But I treat this one probably the most important because I know it has the most potential. My day job, I can't make more than I do now. I can't. I'm capped. That's it. This one, I can make as much as I want. Well, up to like 2 million a year, I think it's capped at, but that'd be pretty cool, right? So to me, I probably put more inspiration into this thing because I know the potential. Anyhow, sorry, questions?
I have a couple.
Yes. Sorry, that was a long answer, Kiara. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that someone asked a question. I just started talking.
So, it was an awesome call, by the way.
Can
And
you're stressing me out though. Can you relax a little bit?
yeah, look at me right now. So I just actually went back to my career as well, Mike. So like I'm in sales for Indeed. So like I'm doing my commute for 2 hours there, commute 2 hours back. I've only been 3 days in the job, but it's kind of motivating to know that you're doing it, plus driving the kids to dance, et cetera, et cetera. So no excuses. So thank you for that. I look up to that. And I
PD,
am trying to balance my gaps, on the drive.
do your PD when you're driving. That's what
Yeah.
I do. I listen to the national wake up calls now. I don't miss them now because I have all that time driving. And I do voice notes like a mother when I'm driving. I don't know if that's legal or not, Jer. Sorry.
I'm on the train.
No, it's
too,
not.
'cause I'm in Guelph.
Okay.
Jared can't do anything when he's not on duty anyways.
Better stop.
But I have a couple questions. So the just to bring to the Shakeology thing. For example, one thing that the Meltdown Moms is having trouble with is having our DCs that aren't working the biz to actually utilize beach bars, Shako, et cetera, to ensure that they kind of stay active. So something that we started, and now I'm interested to see what your thoughts are, is we have someone, and she's a DC, and we call it a Shako call. So we have our roll calls for workouts, we have a roll call for water, and now we started implementing the Shako call, and it literally is shaking the thing, but we're hoping that it kind of like gets people to show up and drink their shakes. But would you say that we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot for that? Like,
How would you be shooting yourself in the foot?
well, because we don't want to seem too salesy to the people. We don't want people to think that we're doing it.
Oh, I thought you meant in your challenge group. Sorry.
Yeah, it is so we have an accountability group. It's called the Meltdown Moms, and all of our people that have BOD and whatever else, some of them are DC, some of them are not, but we're trying to get them to drink it. And we were posting these roll calls in hopes that it'll, get them to.
Within the group. Yeah, that's great. Why not? Some people have, if you're not on Shakeology, you can't be in a group. So, I mean, I don't, but I think that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's
So
what I
here's the other thing is you need to start doing product of the week or ingredient of the week. Like, why am I drinking this frickin' expensive powder? Like, really? Do they know? Do they know what shaga is? Do they know what ashwagandha does for them? Do they know? If they don't know, to them it's I can get this at the grocery store for $40. It's not the same thing. So they have to understand, make it a bingo, or something, or we should be doing this in Crush It, probably, is creating content like that, so that everybody can use, here's a graphic. I think some of, Jared, I don't know if you guys do Mompreneur or stuff like that. Sometimes I know they will have a focus on a ingredient of the week, but that's what I would do. Showing them your Energize, showing them the beach bar. It's just, part of it is now, I think it's just a matter of everybody talking about it more, not in a salesy way, that it's more than just Shakeology. I think I have better retention starting people on a performance pack because more people stay on Energize and will maybe add a box of bars as opposed to just Shakeology. I would say it's almost double the length if you start them on it, because who doesn't like Energize, whether they think it's a placebo or not. I honestly don't get a kick out of just one. I have to take two, but I'll take one just because it's like a placebo thing for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go now, even though I can't feel it. But yeah, try 2 of them. I feel 1 of them, but I didn't know at my weight you're supposed to take 2, Jer. I didn't know that. Sorry. Did you have another one, Chantel? Sorry.
Sorry, I was just writing you. That makes a lot of sense because that's the one thing that we're struggling with. And then the other thing is kind of off topic. It's about your Instagram. I noticed that you have a ridiculous amount of followers. What would you suggest to help us get our growth? Or did you use an app for like, because I know some of the people use this Love. So I think it's Love Social. I don't know the name, but if you have any
21
suggestions.
Social.
Okay.
Yeah, I used them 2 years just before UK came. I would not recommend it because it actually wrecks your engagement score. I have 21,000 followers and maybe one comment per post. It's horrible because they're not fake people, they're actual people. I just wanted to get over 10,000 just for that swipe up feature, right, that everybody kind of wants. But I wouldn't recommend it. I'm actually having better traction now. Yeah, unless it's about exactly, Amy. I'm having better traction now through the power hours commenting on people. And here's the other trick I'm doing is I'm finding somebody that I really want who is probably maybe a little bit out of my league. Like I try and connect with people who are like under 5,000 likes, because if they're more, I think that they're going to think I'm nothing. I know it's my inferiority complex, but so it's true. So I'll find someone who's a little bit out of my league, but not really, but I just need to ask. And I will take one of their posts or stories and share it to mine and tag them. And then they share it back. And all of a sudden, all their people start following me. But they're the people I want to follow me, right? Not Beachbody coaches. Yeah, so that all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, look at all these bar instructors who are following me. So that's the easiest way. And she was like, oh my God, because it looks like I have 21,000 probably. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I'm so thankful you shared my post. I was like, what? I was terrified to, right? So yeah, that's the easiest. And it's more authentic and you're going to get more traction and more people. Don't use a service. And it stops you from actually being able to do power hours because they go right to the max follow thing so that you don't get in trouble. But then when you want to like somebody that you've actually connecting with in a power hour, you can't because you'll go into Instagram jail. So don't do it. Not worth it. I was going to say something, but I forget what it was.
Awesome. Does anybody have any other questions for Mike before we let him
You
go?
have 5 business days to change a leg that a coach is on. After that, you can't. But it's super easy. There's a form. And if you ask me what it is, I will Google it myself because I have no idea. I just type in Beachbody coach change form. And it comes up and it's really simple. It says, I want to switch them to my left, to my right. But you have 5 business days to do that.
I actually have that saved onto my home screen on my phone. I just saved it to my desktop, and whenever I need it, I just send it to somebody.
That's because you signed so many coaches up compared to me.
Not true.
I don't need it that often.
All right. Any other questions, guys? Awesome. Anyways, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. You're always a wealth of knowledge, man. And like I said, I look up to you, and I look forward to crushing this business with you. So
cool. Thanks, guys. Sorry if I put you to sleep with the volume stuff.
No, nobody did.
You're awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Okay, guys. So now with that being out of the way, does anybody have any recognition from last week? You just unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'll go.
Go ahead, Tara.
So I've already kind of done it this week, but I wanted to recognize Kiara for hitting SC8 last month in her very first, actually, like 2 weeks of coaching. So
Thank you.
Yeah, so proud.
Thank you.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
With your help, I did it, and guidance.
Yeah, you're in good hands.
I am. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is. Anybody else? Anyone else have any recognition? Marisol, go ahead.
My husband went Emerald this week. So
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Robert's in the house. All right. Anybody else? No? Okay. We still have time if anyone has any questions that maybe you were afraid to ask Mike, or even if it's not just about volume. I know next week we're going to talk about placement, on how to place coaches and how to set that up in your back office. I'm actually going to go over all that with you guys. But if you guys have any questions about
I do
back
have a
office
question.
business, yeah, go ahead.
How can you tell if someone's coach worthy?
That's a tough one.
It
So
is tough because there's people out there that you would.
lost her.
Yeah.
Frozen.
You're frozen, Kiara.
Someone snap a picture of that. I'll wait for her to unfreeze because this is actually a good question. I know where she's going with it. So I see you, Dave.
You were on mute. He was. Go
How's
ahead.
it going, buddy?
What's up?
Yeah, you know, same old, same old. How about you?
It's good, man. Really good.
That's good. You're really shiny.
I'm coming to see you on Sunday.
I know. I'm excited.
I know. I talked to my boss today. Get out early.
See me in pink.
Oh no, did we lose her?
She'll probably jump back on if I
Yeah,
know her.
hopefully she does.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Hi, AJ. How are you? Good.
Hey, Jared, don't be late. We're up third.
All right. I'm getting off at like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Sorry?
I'm getting off at like 12:30, 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Okay. I like.
Okay, she said she lost connection. I'm telling her she can just jump back on.
Yeah. So I'll stop the recording for now.